Love and Murder, Atlanta Playboy Part 2 Synopsis. Lance Herndon awakes in horror. We don't see what startles him. Lance's mother is alarmed when he doesn't show up for their daily meeting at his track run. Lance's office manager is concerned when she doesn't see Lance's work on his computer. Lance's mother finds him dead in bed. The police chief makes Lance's case a priority and sends 2 detectives to investigate. The detectives find Lance bludgeoned to death in an apparent surprise attack. They find no forced entry into his house. Lance's wife Blair arrives at the murder scene upset. The detectives question her. The detectives realize that between his business enemies and his lady friends the suspect list was long. The detectives are told to focus their investigation on Lance's 3 main ladies, Chloe, Harmony, and Sophia. The detectives question Chloe, who appears to be surprised by his murder. She tells the detectives that the last time she saw him was the night before when he came over to lend her his laptop. Next, the detective Sophia, who seems unemotional about Lance's death. She admits to having been with Lance the night before. Finally, the detectives question Harmony, who also admits to seeing Lance the night before. Lance's mother appoints family friend Carter as family spokesman. He suggests that they hold a public memorial and a private funeral. Sophia causes a scene at the public memorial. The district attorney asks a young officer to assist the detectives assigned to Lance's case. The detectives tell him that the evidence is scarce. The detectives question Lance's business associates. They seem to all have solid alibis, so they decide to focus on the ladies in Lance's life. The detectives press Lance's business manager about the 3 main ladies in Lance's life. She tells them that Lance took Harmony's husband's car as payment for his car note. She also tells them that Harmony got upset when she overheard Lance say that she was expendable. Chloe tells the detectives that he saw Tripp strike his wife Harmony when he came to get his car back from Lance. Harmony admits that the bruise on her face was caused by Tripp, but she insists that her husband knew nothing about her affair with Lance. Harmony tells the detectives that on the night before his murder he received a call from Sophia which upset him. Later on she saw Lance throwing out Sophia's stuff. Sophia tells the detectives that she called Lance to complain that someone was wearing her clothes. She tells them that Chloe once caught her having sex with Lance and went ballistic. Blair tells the detectives about the sex pictures left on her car. Lance's business manager admits to leaving the pictures on Blair's car so that she could see what her husband was up to. Lance's neighbor tells the detectives that on the morning he was called he saw a woman sitting in a car in his parking lot. Unfortunately, he is unable to identify the woman. Sophia tells the detectives that she was being stalked by someone and gives them a partial license plate. The detectives tell Blair that they discovered that he had an $850,000 life insurance policy with her as the beneficiary. She tells them that Lance was more valuable to her alive. The detectives verify Blair's story that she was with her new boyfriend when Lance was killed. They eliminate her as a suspect. The detectives identify Sophia's stalker as a private investigator hired by Lance to catch Sophia cheating on him. The detectives catch up with Harmony's husband Tripp and question about the murder. He tells them that he was in jail in LA at the time of the murder. The cops verify Tripp's story and eliminate him as a suspect. Tripp tells them that he found out about Lance and Harmony's affair. He also says that Harmony was planning to dump her for a school teacher, which angered her. The detectives find out that even though Lance bailed Chloe out of jail when she went ballistic, there was a court case still pending. In fact, there was a court case still pending for the same day he was killed. Lance had told his friend that he was going to have Chloe locked up that day because she was still acting crazy. The detectives get a report from the morgue that Chloe's DNA was found under Lance's fingernails. The district attorney makes the decision to arrest Chloe despite the weak evidence. In a pretrial hearing, Chloe is presented with the evidence against her. Her cousin had told investigators that Chloe was a gold digger who targeted Lance because of his wealth. Her cousin tells investigators that on the night of the murder Chloe borrowed her car. The car matches the one seen by Lance's next-door neighbor. Plus Chloe and Lance's DNA was found in the car. Cole's husband tells detectives that he found out about Lance and his wife's affair. He tells them that Chloe stole his passport in order for her to stay next to Lance. After Lance was killed, Chloe suddenly called him wanting to reconcile. Chloe's lawyer tells them that their case against Chloe was weak. He suggests that Lance also had male lovers and one of them may have been the killer. The detectives investigate this gay angle but find no merit. The DA proceeds with his case against Chloe. She is tried and convicted for the murder of Lance Herndon. The first trial verdict is overturned on a technicality. The second trial ended in a hung jury. Before the third trial begins, Chloe pleads guilty to manslaughter and is sentenced to 10 years in state prison. Chloe confesses that she killed Lance when she found out that Lance was going to have her locked up and she would lose everything. Later Chloe changes her story and claims that she is innocent. But she is already serving time in prison. Blair tells the other ladies that Lance actually died broke owing over $500,000.